Oh my, some last minute strats. And teammate CMP enjoyers, the channel. If any of you guys want to join a voice channel, I'm in general. I've peeped into a few team channels for fun. But I've minimized how much I've actually seen. Camel wakes up. So here's what's new and exciting right now. So we have a fight between Camel, Uckies, and Fishy for the only challenge of the week, and the winner got a bonus of being able to pick something. The map aesthetic. Right now, in the arbitrary standings, Fishy does have a 2-frame lead in terms of total cumulative get any percent time. And Cleanup Crew also is going hard on the points this week. With a 6-point or a 3-point lead. 2-point lead. Just kidding. They got a little bit more fortunate in terms of well, character selection. Skyhawk got 1 point also. Leak who the chattiest team is. I meant on the voice calls. But I can check I can peep the channels too. Like the bottom half of them, the later ones, are all relatively inactive because they were formed kind of late. But some of the earlier ones are a little tighter knit. So this team ordering is in order of when they were formed. So in my head, I have all the numbers of the teams and in the spreadsheet, because that matters in some spaces. But you guys don't really have to think about that. Any script changes? We do have some last minute grinders for a few points. Camel's back on Prafties. So, as far as that's concerned, there is going to be a bonus winner. So a bonus to whoever came up with the first challenge that got it approved. You know, which only just meant it was related to the practice maps. Whoever actually committed to the first one is gonna also have on the line the person that winner picks the map theme, aesthetic theme. So we have a 3-way race, and it's kind of close. I will check this again because this is not automated. I'll check this again after or at the deadline. But I just have to manually update the script at the actual deadline. That's kind of where we're at the moment. Because I can only automate it once every hour. And I don't want it to be automated after the deadline. So I just do it on the last one myself. But if Camel saves 2 frames, then he ties Fishy. And then I'd probably give him the tiebreaker if like the other team is also picking the other map theme. I just feel like, well, might as well not have the same team pick two things if it's a tie. Or maybe I'll just have both of their input. That's probably fine, honestly. And they can pick together. But at some point, like last time, I'll ask those people to join a voice call. I'll probably just use their channel. I'm gonna do something special for that. I already have it prepared in another window that I can't leak. Yeah, Fishy PB'd on Prafties. And Camel's playing it right now. It hasn't PB'd. Better strats. You guys are really close on all of them. Let me check my list to see if there's anything I need to think about. Does anyone have any scoring questions? I recently changed how the sheet is laid out. So hopefully everybody understands that, you know, this is the actual leaderboard now. I moved that on top because it makes more sense this time around. It's much shorter. So on the character leaderboards, this is how much people place for each ranking. On the overall leaderboards, which is specifically only the far right combined one, that's how people place. So for instance, Arb got world record and world record. That's worth 4 plus 2, that's 6. So if you scroll down to Ike Asia right here, you'll see for girl specifically, Ike Asia got 4 points. So Arb for is on Ike Asia. You can see that the girl player got 4 points. You can see that Dustlad man 4 points. That was Monkley. So that's how you can read this. And then overall is the total of everybody on that team there. So Ike Asia, Arb was the only one in top 10, got 2 points. But these teams each had multiple 2 people in top 10. So hopefully it's not too confusing to read, but it's easier to understand now, at least when I flip the stuff. But yeah, any questions about how scoring works? It is also worth noting, someone was asking about bumping people down. So you'll notice Arb has 2 records, and he's in overall top 10 here. He actually has all 3 girl records, so that's pretty cool for him. And you'll notice that Ike Asia would get 4 for girl on each one, but this total doesn't count any dropped scores. So this totaling is only after you drop stuff, so this isn't like this is not a sum of everything to the right of it. This is a sum of what each of the players scored. But Arb would have earned 4 points. No one else would have earned 4, potentially. And Arb is down here on this one, which means that whoever would have been 11th wouldn't get the +1, specifically on this one. But that's only because Arb had a 6, 6, and 5. Similarly, that obviously also means that Arb bumped off whoever would have been right here on this level. Yeah, so overall top 10 world record. That's 2 whole points, you know, overall record. So if you get a character world record, you're pretty likely to get 5 points, unless for some reason your character or run was so bad that it's not overall top 10. This is still very close. Like it's a difference of only one person could get 6, and not even necessarily one person will get 6 points. But yeah, if a level is more Worth friendly, Worth is more likely to get a +1 in the overall top 10. So, as a result, it is technically more worthwhile for Fishy to not play Kid, because then Fishy could, you know, compete for the +2 rather than the +1. Even though this is probably the, you know, this particular level would be the one that Fishy's would be dropped on either way, because he only got 3 points, and the other ones it looks like he got 4. But Fishy would have been more worthwhile on a different character, like a man, where he could have earned, you know, at least 5 points, potentially, times 2. Maybe another actual world record, because like ARP got 2 of them. Yeah, leaderboards lock very, very soon. Alright, leaderboard stuff is over. That's it. The music ended for some reason. Actually, no, this one's just really quiet. Alright, so that's it for this leaderboard. Some people might now, you know, they can still play the level, but it's not going to count for the fake points for practice week. But yeah, Arb with the intense practice week gains.
What's up?
What is up?
What's up, dog? Oh wait, that's not how you say it.
Close.
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm hyped to see these replays.
Okay, well, first of all, we're gonna go over the scoring sheet and then the challenges, and then we're gonna watch replays. So, Cleanup Crew ends up clutching it out, 32 points compared to Ike Asia's 30. The winner, Cleanup Crew of Practice Week, is gonna pick the map theme later. So after we do all the replay stuff, then you know, they're gonna pick the map theme. So I'll get them in a call. I'm gonna ping them and say.
How does scoring work now again? If it was 5, you get 2 points, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can actually see it right there now. Okay.
Yeah. Let me.
Man, if I just had tried a little bit harder, we might have actually touched it, because I feel like I've let my team down.
It's practice week. No one cares.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I'm not sure I would even care past practice week either. So.
Yeah, I'll go into some details in a moment.
1 minute before the end, I managed to improve my rank on Preki by 1 by beating Vergate, which is entirely useless. Because Vergate is not actually in the DLC.
So you guys chose to join at a funny time, where, you know, it just finalized, and we're not ready to watch replays yet. Let me just confirm the challenge also. Make sure there aren't any changes on the any % challenge. So Camel, Uckies, and Fishy had a any % cumulative time challenge on Kid, and that was pretty intense, it sounds.
Oh yeah, they had some sick Kid times on 90%.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Fishy won by 2 frames. I'm just gonna double check all the times we have here. Those are correct. Because this one's not, this one is just not automated. If you guys come up with stupid challenges, I'm not going to be able to automate it, by the way. Because I'm not going to automate
it's up to us
Yeah,
to do
that's
the
why
calculations.
I'm gonna limit how stupid your challenges can be. As long as it's easy to represent on Dustkid, and I can, you know, look at the leaderboard like right now, this is fine.
Are there any points involved in this challenge?
Not this week. Starting with week 1, you can now wager up to 20 points.
Oh shit.
So
I think
this
the
is actually
wager
going to
for
be very significant. As you can tell, imagine you earned twice as many points as you did this week. So the top teams are going to be earning, you know, maybe even a little over 60 per week. We have a pretty good amount of teams close to 30, and some teams that kind of slacked off. So it's going to be a little more evened out next week. You know, like Snack Force might try a little bit harder. Skyhawk unfortunately ruining the perfect 0.
Skyhawk.
Okay, hard more at Stumhawk, yeah.
But yeah, as far as challenges are concerned, this is normally I would anticipate there being challenges like, you know, one team challenges another team on Pracky. So like let's say Alex is Handsome challenged Ike Asia on Pracky. Whichever team earns more points on Pracky would win that challenge. Alex is Handsome got 14 on Pracky, and Ike Asia got 11. So Alex is Handsome would have won that challenge, and, you know, theoretically, if that's something that happened.
Yeah.
That's a good example of a challenge because it gets the whole team involved. And those are the kind of challenges that I'm hoping people decide to do. And you can wager a bunch of points, and the number of points is actually going to go up later in the league, so it's going to matter a little bit more over time. As for this upcoming week, you know, once you see the maps, you can start making your challenges, and you can wager up to 20 points. These points from practice week didn't matter, but they're going to matter now. Alright, well, we're going to have the double selection from Cleanup Crew, though, for the map theme and aesthetic. So that's going to be kind of interesting. The team that went the hardest in practice week gets, you know, rewarded in quotes.
Are they
well, let's
about to do
watch
that right
replays.
now, or have they like been given? Oh, it's for a couple of days. They get to think about that, right?
Do we want to do this one character at a time?
I feel so. Yeah, that would be cooler. Kind of see.
Yeah. So let's start with
people do.
Man.
This is practice.
Natural chance.
Yeah, we're gonna go from the bottom with Man. But
all of them?
Man, I don't know.
Maybe
If we,
every other.
I need this on a
Or
different
something like
monitor. I need to verify who's actually playing Man. There we go.
Yeah, you gotta get the fake man replays out here.
All right. So in last place we have Skyhawk. Oh my God, replays work.
What?
Don't spoil yourself, by the way. Watch along with us. Skyhawk, first playthrough. Didn't not the smoothest playthrough, but you know, last place is fun to watch too. We'll build it up.
I mean, these are some interesting strats, at least.
Yeah,
The fun part with this one is that this is the run that ruined the Perfect Zero.
it is. This is why Snack Force has 1 point.
They try their best.
All right, so then we have Avenged next, who, you know, also didn't really play too much this week. It's just practice week after all, but you might as well have some fun and watch some replays. Decided to go an unusual kind of zigzag. I don't expect many people are going to do that, but I'm not taking the commentary too seriously.
Let's not
right
feel too fast.
I really
Don't
do
feel
wonder
too bad.
I really gotta wonder about Worth here.
now. The one heavy.
That's the big.
Yeah,
Where's the big
we're
one
just going to be last, though, even though I think you ended up... I don't know. We'll watch Fishy's replay last, but
Yeah.
we'll get there. Then we have Not Flammable. another second down, and then it's gonna end up
Are you sure
being
it's not down?
more grinded. Ooh, heavying from that side.
Okay.
So that
Pairing up
dust,
with some
that's right there. People,
You can get a bigger boost.
I'm assuming later realize that they can just, land on it.
Yeah.
Or attack it from the other side while boosting. Not flammable going this way. Interesting. We might see that later.
Ooh.
I think okay, I'll hold on.
Yeah, we'll get there. This is like a proof of concept in a way. This practice
I agree with
recap.
Tomo.
We're gonna see how long it takes to watch every replay.
Oh, psych.
I think I agree with
Okay.
Camel in chat.
Some of these people also, getting help from their teammates. So this should be a lot of hints at some of the strats to come. But it's looking more refined. This one was worth 2 points, being top 7 for the character. All the other ones before this were worth 1. And we got just under this, we got temp.
Wait, so is it top 10 for a character gives points?
Yeah. And guess what?
So pretty
Everybody's in
much
top
every
10.
team. So if you just play the map, you'll get a point basically.
If you SS the map, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So temp showing some relatively intended strats, having made the map.
Ooh.
Thing.
Interesting little spike jump there.
We got
First
a
in.
few 17s. I Heart Cake I think was Kid. Yeah, Issa's next. This must have been pretty recent.
Yeah, literally at like 59.
Yeah. Okay. Still going under at the end.
Reaching that heavy, yeah.
But this looks like a pretty clean run. How could it possibly get better? You wonder.
It could be 2 seconds faster.
Wazi is 4th place as a man. Man with the probably the weakest seeded players. Not to say anything bad about them, but on average compared to the other characters. Alright, staying in the air for that turkey. Not having to land. Excuse you indeed.
Perfectly seedy. It's a good way of responding to that, I suppose.
Alright, Alex Speedy next. These top 4 runs for man are worth 3 points. Only world record is worth 4.
Exciting now.
So these are worth big points, 3 instead of 2 or 1.
Yeah.
Alright, looking very smooth. Alright. The refinement just keeps on coming.
Indeed.
And then Not Jake beating him up by 1 frame. Technically worth the same amount of points. Let me see who's in overall top 10.
Seems very similar so far.
Okay, neither of these are in overall top 10.
Oh. Oh, that was different.
Interesting.
I actually
Huh.
can wait for it.
Oh, we went below the turkey.
Yeah, that was very different.
Yeah. Could this be a hint of what to come? How could it possibly keep going down?
This is not.
Then we have the man record. So Monkley, 0.7 seconds faster than Not Jake. This is the man record.
Oh. Okay.
Alright.
What?
That's
What's that ending?
Very different ending.
Yeah.
That's that's kind of the ending that people would figure out. We'll not spoil Fishy's man run because Arb's gonna have an impressive run later as well. So this was 10th place on the overall leaderboard, meaning it was worth 5 points. It was worth 4 for a character world record, plus 1 for being in the overall top 10.
Oh, wasn't that many words?
Yeah, there were a lot of words in the map.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm surprised all the worsts decided to grind this one, and not like Prathri.
Oh wait. Man only got 10. Oh, shit. I'm actually quite surprised about that.
So if you
Consider-
ignore Fishy, and then there's someone else you have to ignore, I guess. It'd have to be Uckies.
Yeah, okay, so like,
Then you see how Monkley gets 10th place.
Hmm.
Then we got the girls. Oh, this one's a
Because
much more
it's, like,
concise leaderboard.
Being top 10, I would figure that Dustman would also have it. But yeah, felt like Dustman would be faster than Kid.
Should watch the replays at 2 times speed and it looks more impressive.
So far, Najik's strat for the mid room is pretty interesting.
Yeah. Temp claims that is a very solid camera. I had feedback for his camera. To simplify it. And I was a little confused.
I never ran into like major problems with it, so like, I have no complaints. But I suppose it could be patched up, but
It worked.
yeah, I mean, sometimes that's all you need.
So when we have twice the number of maps in a week, I'm not sure how many replays I'll want to watch. I'll probably watch like
I mean, you
top
could-
5 or so for a character.
You could go every other character, so you can see like the bigger spectrum.
Yeah, I could combine man and girl a little bit also. But
Oh,
we're
I
committed.
meant every other rank, not every other character.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
okay. We're committed this week. Everybody gets their practice replay shown to embarrass themselves.
Oh no. I'm not looking forward to Craftney.
Prathri's
Yeah,
where
Prathri-
that's where all the hype's gonna be.
I cannot wait to just have my mind melted for Prathri.
I can't wait until I see everyone write in chat. Why are you not ledge canceling?
Yeah, only man replays.
I am not just Sage, 5th girl. Yeah, we have 3 interesting maps this week for practice week. Ultimately, we
feel
have
like these
a
maps were really
second
good for
difference
this,
between each of
um,
these. Nice one.
Yeah, I feel like these maps were really good for this DLC because they were quite open with like routing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I hope that the practice week maps gave people a good feeling for the kind of maps that they could make with the league overall. You know, things that they could think about, like how open strats can be, giving people options while playing instead of just linear gameplay.
Oh yeah, I had a question on that topic. Is the map length supposed to be roughly this? Or can I make a much longer map? Or at least a bit longer.
You can make longer. I would warn against short though. So, you know,
I find these very short.
these
Like-
are Pracky and Prathri kind of cut it close a little bit as far as shortness are concerned.
I feel like around like 20 to 30 seconds is a good sweet spot for this type of thing. But like we were definitely cutting it close on maps.
Yeah, if it's like 15 seconds to 12 seconds, it
Custom
can be
complex.
grinded quite a bit.
Yeah, I would
But-
aim more for like 40.
Yeah. Alright, HET's time, what was that overall?
I think it was like Was he in the top 10? No. Well, maybe he was.
It was just under. So that was 9th overall. One better than Muckley.
Just over. 2 frames.
Yeah, and then Simon's another jump in the top 10. And then shortly the overall world record. Doing that jump for the better boost. Okay. Going that way in the middle run. And also going under.
That was something I had tried, but I never really found too much success with going under like that.
And then winning girl by a substantial margin. And then the world record by 3 frames. The big reveal by Arb. Oh, going much higher for that boost. And also going under. Looks, surprisingly intended in a way. Not too crazy in terms of strats, differences.
Yeah. I had more or less
some good boosts.
I had more or less figured out this route like day one. There were a few boosts that I just straight up forgot to do, but this hasn't changed much since today.
Yeah, I like going up that much higher, and then you're able to attack these. You did also find that up heavy. I pointed that out to Temp. In the that was one of the first things that I found in terms of attacking dust. That it just happened to hit both sides, and it wasn't too hard to hit.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Alright, now for a difficult character of the week.
The Kid and Worth are gonna be interesting. I gotta tell you, I don't know. I'm not sure how to make Kid go faster.
Alright, last place. We might as well watch it for fun. Got Mapler's run. From best to worst. Alright. I think
strats.
Mapler is gonna need a little more help from teammates next week, honestly. But I mean, I think he can figure it out. This is an SS, but just barely. He almost dropped combo.
At 2 moments, it was like a long wait.
This is the slowest SS.
This is the scenic replay. It is a very nice looking map.
Yeah. This is the one that used the fog trigger as is, I think.
Okay, missed one heavy. There we go.
All right. All right. Then let's shave another 35 seconds off that.
I actually didn't realize
Good feels run worth the same amount as Mapler's.
Very cool.
I like the use of air charges there. Kids' air charge uses on every map is gonna be interesting. But we're committed to watching all of the replays this week. We gotta see how long it takes in order for us to not have to do it next time, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't take. It's got to be capped out at like 2 hours. I mean, it can't be that long.
I tried to figure out some like fun, cool strats with Kid in this map. But in the end, it just turned out to be fast to kind of go the expected routes. Although that's what I think. I mean, people are clearly faster than me, so I have no idea.
Alright, then we got Cal.
He stuck out.
Kid leaderboards are pretty intense, I'll just say. These are some stacked kid boards.
Yeah, this week was crazy.
It's not gonna be the same like this every time, but I always knew, 1 or 2 of the weeks at least is gonna have a crazy kid showing for competition. This time, these top three kind of they got distracted a bit with any percent, but no free points for Cow. One of the big challenges for Kid in terms of not having to backtrack anywhere, because the attacks are so short, so much smaller.
Oh.
You don't want to go all the way into somewhere and then have to attack it and then have to leave the area. So that's one of the major time losses.
Those strats for that Aya Heart Cake did was kind of interesting. I think I could have gotten a faster run with those.
That said, here's your run.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
Game
expect
Duck
much.
known Kid main. Only in 5th place though. Close to missing that bottom one.
The boost that couldn't work to get at the bottom there is so slow. Oh my god.
Got MSG sneaking in
Kid
there.
in full game. Don't forget.
Teams did a fair amount of strat sharing from what I noticed. A bunch of teams use streamables, but not all teams really grinded that intensely also, so hopefully they know what to do now if they like. You can share strats with your team. People are making streamables. The idea though is, you know, you can't watch other people's replays, and unfortunately the only way we can do that is by making it so you can't watch any replays. But look, I'm watching replays.
Woo.
Okay, I'll gotta see this fishy run now.
Alright. Okay.
It's actually very similar to what I did.
There's nothing too unexpected here.
Yeah.
Just clean run.
There are
So
only
you
a
just
few
gotta be
little
faster.
changes here and there, but we'll see some differences with Worth. Okay. This ended up being pretty similar too. Very minor differences overall. You know,
Ooh, that ceiling jump.
if you could compare all of these runs, you know, you can now. You can figure out which things actually save like the 0.1 in each section, and then combine them all. But yeah, I can't have that this time. Now, any of you non-mat bakers, you have the ability to, you know,
Oh, that
look
was
at the
fast.
strats and
Oh,
improve. This is
fun.
wildly different.
I'll go for the heart cake. Oh wait, what? That
This is pretty cool.
Interesting.
All right, that's a third of a second faster.
That was very different.
Kemmel showing he's not just execution.
His brains as well.
Yeah, that's one of the most impressive things for the top players. They're not just execution.
Yeah, that ending room was very interesting. Okay, now this is where I'm really curious about this.
All right, so we got Anti-Hoon in 9th for Worth.
I'm pretty sure this
not a
is
great
literally
boost.
I'm pretty sure this is literally his first run.
Maybe. Oh yeah, he's on your team.
Yeah.
So these are some pretty, you know, expected strats. Deciding to jump up here though. Seems like I think that's gonna end up more common as Worth, from what I've heard. But we'll see what happens. I've not seen the top Worth runs.
It does kind of make sense considering how much worse his slip distance.
All right, Miles making use of the jumps, the Worthness.
Got a ledge cancel skip.
All right, yeah. Okay, that's pretty refined too.
We're already down to 16.2.
Just jumps.
Yeah.
It's near the land.
This is, I think, the map that Tim didn't grind as much. But some good jumps by Worth.
Yeah, as far,
Okay.
so as far as I
That's
as far
pretty
as I
cool.
looked,
Probably not the fastest strat, but I don't know. Who would be busy in the hospital? Yeah, just play from the hospital. Crank Dead in the 15s now.
yeah, I don't doubt that I could have very well lost record on this. I'm sure Worth had like more time save.
Yeah, we'll see when we get there. But Fishy did beat out your time by a couple frames, I think.
Yeah, like legit, I think frames maybe.
Yeah, 2 frames actually. Then Epon's 5th Worth. This was 8th overall. So Epon got 2 points plus 1 for this run. 2 for the character, 1 for the top 10. Alright, saving the jump there.
Dash for that boost instead, which makes sense. I do wonder if it's worth using there because it's so much longer to set up the.
Down to 15.0 already. Nighthawk. Yeah, this is the second league we've done, and we just started. This was the practice week though, so fewer maps and points didn't count. Okay, down heavy through there. That's pretty cool. Also saving the jump there.
Ah, yeah, that air don't have works.
How many maps are for next week? Is it 4 maps?
6. 4 will count. So it's double this week. Oh, a strat MSG didn't find. Who was next?
I hadn't considered that down heavy either.
Next
That
is
was actually pretty
Savade.
cool.
Yeah.
And I'm so surprised hearing about some of the names in this week, like
Yeah.
Crank Dead, Savade. Like what? Are
Yeah.
they in here?
I actually
Okay.
forgot that. I actually forgot that Savade was. It's just cool. It's cool to see him back.
Yeah, it's cool as people are coming back to join us.
No setup
It would
at
be
all.
fun if Luffy would have been joined as well. Should have tried convincing him.
Yeah,
I think
Savade's
someone
on,
messaged him, but I don't know. He doesn't seem too
Ah.
responsive.
Which
Okay.
team was Savade on again? Is he on Team 9 or is he on?
With Fresh and
Yeah,
Fins.
Savade's Team 9. Fresh,
Yeah, okay.
Fims, Savade, and Heavy. Alright, Dello with overall 3rd place.
Regarding the
record for a
replay
little bit.
watching in future weeks, it is possible to do this with ghosts. So you could like watch 3 replays at once.
What was the question?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Like, could we do the replay watching in future weeks with ghosts?
Nope.
So we would watch like
You
rank
can
10,
watch a replay
9,
if you
8.
use a ghost. Replays are banned.
No,
No,
but like
I
when
think
we're
he's-
doing the
No.
recap. The recap.
the stream.
So yeah.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah,
we would
sure.
watch like 3
That'd be
replays
pretty
at
cool.
once.
I'll do that on another level then. Alright, MSG was next. 2nd overall. Also had a record for a little while.
I have to
Yeah.
go back and I have to go back and try this ending with Girl now because I wonder if it's faster for her too,
I can
And-
turn on Ghost now.
and consequently with Man because like Man and Girl have like identical strats here. Oh, that was cool in the middle.
So this scored as best worth time.
Gonna say no. Yeah, I had a feeling Camel, but
Let's check it out again, then we'll watch Fishies. So some people were able to figure out jumping all the way to the top for better boosts. Some people figured out different ways to, go to the left side and get better boosts.
Would that make any difference for Kid jumping up at that boost at the beginning? Because she reaches her terminal velocity, right?
which boost?
Quite early. The one where you jump up to the ceiling.
Um,
Up at the turkey. the
might
beginning.
make a difference. I'd have to look at the numbers. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure off rip.
Yeah, but MSG possibly losing some time from strats. Could have been enough to beat ARB, but you know, hard to figure that stuff out. And we got Fishy's run.
Okay.
Replay ghosts still don't work.
Okay, so according to Camel, the
Disregard.
difference is like it was just standing in place doing the inputs, but it's not moving.
Yeah, it's because of the script.
That's fun.
Okay, no.
I'll see if I'll fix it next week. But yeah, unfortunately no ghosts.
So I guess we'll just have to like watch. I mean, unless it's fixed, we'll probably have to just watch plays the next week. So
Yeah,
definitely
I'll
will
adjust
become
the script to allow ghosts after the deadline next time. But it's a little tricky. I have to factor in ghosts.
Yeah, all the word strats were very different, like from top 5 onward.
Yeah. Man, there's a lot of differences. Well, that's one of the levels. Arb also got first on this one. So let's see on Prath D's. We want to start with man again.
Yeah, keep it consistent as well.
Yeah. It's also kind of a little build up. We do have 3 men in the top 10. They're right there. Kinda an all-star. Kinda.
one worth off.
All right. Not flammable with 32. This was the hardest. You know, there are spikes hard, I guess.
Yes.
In the league. In the practice week, you know, hardest kind of required movement. Even though Prath 3 was hard in a different way in execution.
Oh, absolutely.
So you can definitely, you know, your maps can definitely be hard to play. This is more of like a different kind of hard though.
I think in general, I like this map the most this week. They were all really interesting maps though, so it's kind of hard. This one edges it out a little bit. I just found it the most fun to play.
So what's notable about this map is you don't end up with 100 dust at the end. There are a few easy things you can do, you know, with your 90 dust in mind, or however much it is, to gain that dust. And there are a few things that I'm pretty sure we're gonna see most people do. For instance, all of the spring blobs are positioned in ways that they're not gonna spread, because, well, spikes are above them, and spring blobs only spread upward. So,
Makes no sense.
yeah.
No, it doesn't. It's just I'm pretty sure it's just hard coded that they only spread upwards. Weird.
Maybe. Regardless of how it works, the fact that it works is, you know, something
Or rather,
to think about.
I shouldn't say it was hard coded, but it was the result of some weird engine stuff. I can't speak with much confidence on this, but
All right, Wazi with some dust spread. Going all the way over for a ledge cancel. Yeah, I'm listening to the Dust Force OST. Just a playlist on YouTube. Being a little careful, probably, you know, first playthrough. Since this was harder than the other levels, it's understandable some people wouldn't want to play a level like this.
like
You know, longer than the other ones as well. Then we got Temp. Temp made the original version of this map, which wasn't supposed to be made for practice week, but yeah, I moved the end flag, but I changed a lot of stuff. So this used to have a ton of spikes in it. Basically, imagine there didn't used to be floors and everything was spikes. So I don't want there to be Jorbs. And I didn't want people to just die all the time in practice week. It had to be much easier than what Temp originally had. So took out a ton of spikes.
Would
Made a
it be
few other
possible for a
changes.
team to make like a really hard map some other week so that people might not even get any points at all?
Repeat what you said?
Like, if someone were to, or some team were to make a map that is like as hard as Yada, for example.
So Yada
would
obviously
be
would be too
so
hard,
kidding, like-
but you are certainly capable of making very difficult maps. And there's an interesting kind of balance to that. So you might think that, oh wow, someone can make a hard map that I have to make them play. They don't have to play that map. And also, because a map like that might not be as competitive or as optimized, it's actually much easier for certain people to score on it. So for the people that do want to play it, they're going to get a lot of points. I'm not going to allow stupidly hard stuff. So you don't really have to worry about anything like that.
No John
but
Cena difficulty.
but there could be something theme related where one of the weeks might be harder. Let's just say. I'm gonna start easy, and then we might work up to relatively harder, possibly. Not a spoiler exactly, but that's the way it's likely to go. Kind of like last time. Although last time didn't really they didn't hard enforce anything like that, but it was a coincidence. Next we have Monkley. So I anticipated a lot of like 22s when I originally tested this. This was the one that I tested the most, and a lot of the strats that I've seen are pretty similar to what I'd expect. You know, I was certainly expecting there to be probably a big down heavy right there for some dust. You could have done 2 heavies. Could have hit some blobs in different ways. Could have spread dust. But breaking under 22. These are in the top 10 also. Okay, cool little down heavy there. Got extra dust from the blob there.
Plus heavying it, so that's quite a
Yeah.
bit of extra dust.
I like that up heavy then light. That's something that I was originally doing.
Oh, that's early heavy, yeah. For early super.
Yeah. So if anyone's curious about how super timing compares if you you know, heavy stuff versus super stuff, generally speaking, although there are other factors other than this, let's say it's faster as long as you're heavying at least 3 enemies at a time. You know, that's a very general rule of thumb. If you can heavy 3 enemies, it's faster to have heavied them rather than super them.
And on 2 enemies, it breaks even, basically.
If it's 9 bears, it's still faster.
Alright, cool strats by Zyke.
Perhaps some
He
mini
streamed
spoilers
this a
for
little
my
bit,
run.
but has
Yeah,
refined it since then.
Perhaps some mini spoilers for my run.
Mini spoilers. This was 7th overall, and the next one we're going to look at is 2nd overall, but still a half second slower, so we'll see what Alex did.
I feel like this map really didn't get the same attention as the other 2 this week. It was
Yeah,
a bit bland in comparison to the other ones. Really. I think that's all.
well, this is a good comparison of what you were talking about earlier with a difficult level. This got that kind of reaction that you would expect, because, you know, it's harder. The other 2 are much easier and faster. This one's longer and more effort to figure out. And you have to figure out how you want to do the dust spread as well. So not only is it all of that effort, you also have to think while playing. So some people thrived on this kind of map, like Psych. Other people, you know, didn't play it. So there's a balance. I'm gonna be interested to see if if anyone ends up doing something that I haven't seen yet, though. That may or may not be faster, but it's something I discovered later. Alright, let's watch some girl. Films with no points. No SS.
Very nice. Unfortunate.
Yeah, you have to SS for the point. But probably just first run, and then decided I'll play the other two. Not your replay? Too bad we're gonna watch it. But I mean, we'll probably not watch the bottom ones future weeks for people that didn't bother to grind them. And then skip some.
Yeah, but for this week, it's ever replay. Everyone's got to see the replays.
Yeah, we gotta time it. See how long it takes. All right, DSS.
Only watch replays by people who have at least.
All right, Maybetta's next.
You cut out on the
3
end.
completions. Sorry,
Oh, no.
only watch replays by people who have 3 completions, so you don't watch like.
Oh, like first runs get filtered out and stuff.
Yeah, that is a possibility.
First runs by a bad player.
But you get the full experience from like first runs, you know, figuring it out, to, you know, having put a little time into it, to having fully grinded it.
Inflating the replay time market. I love the idea, JD.
Big Diesel's next. Another 37, just beating out Maybetta.
Over 50% of Prathir's replays are suspiciously as Dusket. Interesting. Anyway, that's actually a really crazy stat.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Okay, Campbell just had some had wrong info.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe it actually was last night, but Zeke like super grinded Prathir earlier today.
Ooh, heavy.
What the?
Hey, you guys
300?
really grinded Prathir.
300 replay. At some point, I just gave up. I straight up don't understand that map. Like actually, I don't understand that map. That's true, Camel. That makes sense. You actually had the 80% to do for that.
Yep. And you still didn't win.
Was that really a loss by 2 frames? That's crazy.
Yeah. Between all 3 levels, they were off by a very small amount.
An average advantage of less than a frame.
Who were in the competition? It was Fish, Camel, and...
Fisher, Camel, and Nuckies.
Ah, okay.
Which one were we in there? We're getting better boosts again. No dash jump. That section with the silly wall, I was kind of interested to see how people would handle it. It's just kind of a inconvenient thing, more than anything else. Then we got Mr. Simon.
You You could also just have people like voluntarily say, "Oh yeah, watch my replay" or something, so we don't have to go. So we can, we only see like the stuff or stuff that people want to show.
Yeah, I don't know.
You have a forum or we just click in on some. Yeah, some forums.
I'll try to go a little faster.
I mean, you could literally just have like something in, I don't know, announcements or something, or it's like you have the level names and you have people react to them if you want the replays to be shown. Doesn't have to be super automated. Just I am preemptively saying to watch all iBums. All right.
All right. I'll focus on people in chat. The quality just keeps getting better. But how do you save another 1.5 seconds?
That's a good question.
Alright, able to skip that wall. You're able to hit that ceiling too, that's good. And a mantle. Were you finally the only person to jump into that ceiling? I didn't notice.
Which one?
The dust. I'm gonna watch it again, but... So how hard did you, how much did you grind this one?
Quite a lot. I think I got this run within the span of a day. I was playing a little earlier today, but I couldn't get any improvements.
Yeah, I was talking about the ceiling at 15 seconds. Most people just attacked it and fell.
That's clean.
Oh, that, yeah. I think I was the first one who did that. Yeah.
Dude, that final heavy hitting all free, it doesn't look like it should.
No, I think it looked like a grounded down heavy, but it actually was an aerial one. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you can start a heavy as grounded and then be off the ground.
Really?
You leave the ground.
That's weird.
Alright, well
But yeah, this one,
speed it up, I guess.
there's some dumb stuff in that run. Which I didn't realize was as dumb as it was. So the grind took me a bit longer than expected.
Alright, we'll skip Mapler's run. Matter Monkeys 28 would be a good first one. Good feel. That's 7th for Kid. That's worth 2 points. It's a good little starting point. Music stopped? Sure, might have. No, it's just on the quiet dream salvage.
Ah, that makes sense.
You thought it stopped.
Lots of extra dust here.
So I'm curious how the top runs are going to use Kid's air charges, because other than that's a pretty neat boost difference. Still a lot of backtracking, but if you think about the level, there aren't too many advantages for Man-Girl over Kid in terms of like boosts and those kinds of things they would normally have. And some of the attacks don't require going too deep. So I was anticipating that people might realize that you could be pretty close with Kid, after all.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing, I think, was handling of the first Spring Blob. It's a major thing. It's a major
Yes.
difference maker for Kid. Other than that, it's pretty similar.
But you can set up some better boosts earlier as Kid.
I guess she has a nicer time climbing that little like zigzaggy wall section there.
Yep. A harder time, you know, hitting 3 enemies at once. At the end, though.
Yeah, I'm not even sure she can, but
Yeah, that
I don't
heavy
know.
looks bordering on impossible, but
I didn't check. Alright, 3 lights. Two heavies. Yeah, you ended up with just 100 there too.
Yeah, I played around with it a little bit and tried to get as close to 100 to the end as possible.
This map's a tough one. Got a bunch more down lights from Uckies. Okay, Uckies jumping up earlier for that boost.
Is there a difference between that? Okay.
there's the ceiling run.
Ooh. Clean. Oh, what the fuck? That's first heavy? Nice fishing.
That's a pretty cool heavy too.
Oh, what? Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of sick.
These are some differences.
These are very different.
Attacking through the corner boosts there.
But a third of a second behind Camel. After all that.
Yeah, that's Tempest said fishy doing fishy things.
Let's see what we got in camels.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Super dust spread on that. That was nice.
Oh, I like that ending.
Ooh.
Ghosts would be cool, but I can't turn them on yet.
Yeah,
It
they
doesn't
straight up
work
just
for this week.
they don't work yet. Like you see them doing the movement, but like you see them like the sprite animating, but
The
it doesn't
script
move.
deals with ghosts. It just has to work that way. But I'll see what I can do for next time. Let's watch this one again. But yeah, just to simplify things, ghosts are weird, and unfortunately I can't show them during practice week. We might be able to see them next time. This one also had 5 words. Let's see. Okay. So I'll just start with Civ 8, I guess. Unless, we want to see Miles' run. Who's actually in chat? Not as much worth action on this one. Alright, we can skip you, Miles. Why not? And that's what you'd like to hear, but instead we're gonna watch Miles.
No, the access boost was definitely beta. He's like that's actually like I tested that. I tested the access boost, and it's close to 0.2 slower than just kind of like skipping.
That tends to be the case, actually. Like, not doing anything tends to be faster than actually doing some fast strats.
Like even for Worth, who gets like mad mileage out of access boost, it's so much slower than just going to the right.
Yeah, so that's an intentional decision that was made in the map design to make some things like the access boosts and that kind of stuff, interesting. It's enticing, but is it faster? I don't know. There are bait strats in the levels. That's something that you can think about when making your maps too. If you add some bait strats, then it could go far.
Yeah, you can see some shakeups.
Lots of 21s is worth though. This one's the last one. That's 22. Okay, 2 heavies there. Another heavy. Able to get a lot of dust. We got extra dust though. Didn't need one of those heavies. Is this a hint of what's to come? Epon in the top 10. Third worth.
There you go.
So yeah, most worths grinded the other 2 maps, not this one. Which means that points are easier to get on this one for the worths that decided to play it. You guys gotta pay attention to that strategically. Choose your maps.
Yeah, Praggy got mad grinded this week.
And Prassery at the top. I thought Prassery was gonna be a little more grinded.
I feel like Prathery was split into 2 categories of people: the people who
Yeah.
like figured it out, and the people who gave up on it.
What's next? Tim. Tim had record for a significant amount of time. Had a pretty good record for a while. Only 21 on the leaderboard for some time. Nothing very unexpected yet. Able to use the ceiling. Okay, well. This looks mostly intended, you know?
Yeah.
An MSG with overall 3rd place. 0.1 off Alex's time. But I suspect, you know, Worth could have done better.
On the same boat though. I know like men's strats are like identical to girls, so as far as I know, maybe there's a little bit of variance. But...
Very similar to Tim's run. Except for this ending. So that's the main difference right there.
Losing to a run that used the access boost. Oof.
Gasp. Alright, Prathery time.
Alright, time for my mind to be broken. Let's see what happens here.
Not much man action here, it looks like. Okay. So, let's at least get a feel for the struggles of some of the characters. We'll watch a couple bottom ones for man, but not for girl. But yeah, this one is all about figuring out how to deal with each of the options. This ramen was very much, designed with weird comparisons in mind. Like, do I want to go left or right here? Even though they're so comparable. Camel with the man record, funnily enough.
Camel actually also
Significantly
has
faster than Nodjig's actual 5-point time, I think.
Camel actually also
Yeah.
has girl run. It's half a second faster than my run, so
Yeah. What else do we have? We'll skip ARBs, or Arbitrary Asian event. I started to read one from the leaderboard and started to say the other. We'll skip event. She didn't really grind much and go to Temp. Temp didn't make this map, so no secret strats for him here. But yeah, the people that succeeded probably just avoided backtracking the most. You know, going back and forth so much.
or is probably the key here.
Yeah, and jumping also is a very important button in this map. especially for Kid.
This map makes me angry.
Then we got Monkley down to
Yeah, I
14.
The ceiling boost wasn't like as much of a bait as the access boost was, but yeah, it certainly was a tempting thing to do there.
So some people like to go over that triangle. Some people like to, wall jump off the triangle above that. Some people
Was it
like
bigger?
to, jump from the left or the right at the start. Most people, I think, just went straight right. But it's pretty close to go the other way too, for like one more hit.
Wait, was that ceiling boost actually a bigger bait? Like that just felt completely wrong to me immediately. But I don't know.
That ceiling boost at the end there, it's so unclear if it saves time or not, unless you lap it out.
No, we're talking about this one here, right? The one like in the middle of the map.
Oh yeah.
What one is like on the floating platform?
Yeah, like right before that second heavy prison that's like off the map.
I don't know. There's bait strats, yeah.
I could imagine it being faster for pass.
The triangle ceiling, not at all. It's way too slow.
All right, man record right here.
Yeah, I tested it just to see, but it's way slower than.
Okay, down heavy. More wall jumps, very good.
Like, I figured it would have maybe the most potential if you're playing Kid, but even then, it's like still.
We'll skip into the 15s. Oh wait, you mean the ceiling boost under the triangle?
Yeah, the one that YouTube just
Yeah.
did there.
Yeah, that was also intentionally placed, so that people could think, do I want to, try to get this, or do I want to try to go over it? I put it in the way, not in a helpful manner.
Right.
Not just Sage. Okay, wasted a little time on the wall at the start, but got more wall jumps in.
I mean, Camel did say that it's a huge time sink, and considering Camel also has Kid record, or at the very least has like a flat 13 with Kid, I'd be willing to take his word over any further speculation.
Yeah. I don't know though. Maybe you could figure out a way to make it work.
Yeah.
It's not off the table. But this like 15, high 14 round, this is roughly what I was expecting sometimes would end up at. That, didn't get super grinded, but a good average for the people that decide to grind. That's what I would have guessed.
Yeah, you can get pretty comfortably within that time bracket. It's like pushing it past that is the.
Some people choose to dash jump at different times and save their air charge. Interesting, Camel never once considered the start.
Interesting.
Yeah. Twinkie played this one quite a bit. Second place this girl. Going all the way over.
Skipping the slam boost. Interesting.
A little stuck on the ground at the end. But it wouldn't have been enough.
That's just the nature of that ending, though. It's so
Yeah.
strange to move around that. Okay, I'll be completely honest. With this, I got this time by pressing buttons really fast. I have no idea what I was doing on.
Okay, we got a ledge cancel. So lots of wall jumps and the ledge cancel at the beginning. More wall jumping and then very fast ending. Very high APM map. We'll watch it one more time.
See the APMs
And then
now.
what could Camel possibly do?
I don't know. I don't know.
No double heavies on any of the attacks, notably. No doubling up on anything. It is they're placed in a way that you can like side heavy multiple of them, but it's potentially not that convenient. We'll see what Camel did. Okay.
I'm
like
ready
the
to
dash
feel like
jump.
an idiot. Okay.
Did the jump like that.
Interesting. So there's really not that much else different.
It's
Very,
just be good. That's the map.
It's just a very clean run other than the start. Yeah, so in this case, very much the bait strat is the beginning jumping from the slant wall that's farther over to the left.
I'm surprised that ends up being like close to over 0.5 save.
Well, Kid's the interesting character this week.
Yeah, this is what like really just blew my mind.
Let's watch the struggle first.
I tried to grind this for like sub 14 forever.
This one, you just gotta appreciate the struggle with Kid.
Yeah, Doug knows this for sure.
This map makes me angry. And Camel. Camel makes me more angry than this map.
You gotta jump twice as much as every other character. Gave up sub 14 quite early. Who's next?
What was
Good
yeah.
feel. Into the 15th. Alright, staying on the right side. Going under the ceiling. Not making full use of all the jumps, but I mean that takes a lot of practice and skill. Yeah, I was gonna change that
Yeah.
after I watched them.
I really feel for
But I
Kid.
felt the
You do
leaderboard
need
had
to
no
like
one
play
to
the
like
map a
him.
bunch of times before you kind of get a feel for like how to use all the jumps and stuff.
Camel, if you change those, I'll compare some on stream. If you do that. Who is next? Cal. Or wait, this was let's watch I Heart Cake.
I do love me some cake.
There's a setting on Dust Kid that allows you to see the replay info that is separate than the map script. So we needed to solve multiple things in order to hide replays. Hide them in the game, hide them in on Dust Kid. So yeah, I'm very interested to see the total actions for everybody. How much their buttons were pressed.
Oh, is that visible now?
Not yet.
Uh,
Should be.
I'm gonna make it
closer.
visible after this, at least, if an admin doesn't before then. Can't skip duck. So, into the low 14s. How could Kid possibly get better than Cow's time? Well, it turns out,
Spamming jumps. And
Yeah,
not going
just
for
keep jumping.
ledge cancels.
More jumps, more wall jumps, more jumps.
A lot of jumps. Alright, now we're getting into the territory of I have no idea what's happening.
Yeah. So, I remember being in a call with Duck and Arp while Duck was grinding this, and at the time, world record was Fishy's 13.5, and Duck was struggling to get like 14.5. into the 14s and then 14.5.
Yeah, but
and we're just
it's
like,
getting close to that
all
sub
right,
14.
only a second to
I
go.
had hope.
Only a second to go. 0.8 left. Where could it be coming from? Well, let's skip ahead to Uckies. Where does a whole second come from? How do they jump this many times? It looks like he doesn't go directly to as many walls, and he just mashes that jump button at times.
That was a trick all along. Jump more.
We
Just gotta
always
jump.
knew. But that's only third best kid. Camel and Fishy very close for times. Okay, I like those strats. Kid able to jump a lot more at the end and just dash jump over that ending.
So the left wall at the start really was the faster strat. So his run is inferior. Wow.
Alright, Camel with another different start. I like that. Oh,
It's
taking
just
it easy with the wall
fascinating
climbs.
It's just fascinating watching the how many jumps are coming up of
Yeah.
kids in this replays. It's
Interesting. Interesting.
So Camel, what's the actions per second on them? Since you have it up, presumably. 8.75. So for
Ooh.
reference,
Oh,
That's-
shit, yeah.
that's higher than like 95% of ILs, at least.
Yeah, that's like combat mad
Like
APS.
that's like 99%
Yeah.
tile of
Yeah.
inputs. The only ones that I can think of that are faster than that are like mega any percent, which is double digits. I think there's like one more that's really fast.
I think storeroom might be.
I don't
Actually,
know. If you have to
the map,
attack a
uh,
lot, that's not necessarily fast because there's space between techs.
Yeah.
The
It
map
usually
made
is a
that
lot
up.
of directions and jumps.
Yeah.
So maybe I put up a map like this week, which was climb map, and I played that one with Kid and actually had like 8 APM on that one as well. It's a lot of mashing.
Right after I was in the call with Arb and Duck, I ended up being in a call with Camel as he bopped Fishy. So that was,
Comment.
that
I
was
didn't
pretty
think it
neat.
would take that long.
I didn't get
Ah.
to see his strats that he was using, but it didn't take him as long. Yeah, there seems to be a correlation with actions per second and rank. But let's go to a low actions per second character to wrap it up. The character that, there are two of the three kids. It was a little bit easier for Worth. A little bit.
Not 8.
Last
actually.
place is Worth. Still in the 15s. But maybe this was the only one Antifusion grinded though. Worth able to double up on more stuff, but good character at this level.
Baited by the access boost.
Indeed.
Well, fake access boost. But...
Then down to the 14s all of a sudden. Alright, going the other way. Miles being creative. This was a 14.
Interesting.
The option was always there. I'm surprised fewer people went this way. Or so few people went this way. It's honestly not that good of a option though, so it's understandable.
Yeah,
Because there's nothing in between the bottom right and top right of that section to climb.
Yeah, Mizek and Doug had all tried with Mangirl and Kid to like go left first. It was like significantly slower, so I don't know if it's the same for Worth, but
Now another jump. Okay. Still taking that wall on the left side. Barely able to reach that ceiling. Move 13s. Okay, one double heavy. And slows down quite a bit there. So this is looking closer to what I'd expect. You can hit some of those with a light. Now MSG, we'll see how close this is to what I was thinking about. Because these are about the times I was expecting. Okay. Yeah, so this is very close to what I guessed the route would have ended up like as worth. Let's just watch that one again. Then we got another little jump for a record. But still notably using that that ceiling in the middle as worth, you know, it's an option. Might be faster or not. All right, sticking to the right side. Doing it differently than I expected. Different order on those. So I like a lot of these strats. So I was anticipating a bit of a mix between these top two runs from when I labbed it out a little off stream.
The start was really slick from that run.
Yeah, really hugging that wall though.
Mm.
I'm getting a little dino in there.
Oh, that is a dino. I didn't even notice. Yeah, that was fine.
But still gotta do that ledge cancel at the end. But ledge cancels are fast. I was expecting more people to ledge cancel stuff. Alright, so that took like an hour to watch a lot of replays.
That will take 2
A
hours.
good little
next week,
exploration. Yeah, Tim and Camel on the same team. They got a lot of points.
But okay, so I have a question about the maps for next week. How was it decided which maps are going to count for points? Because it said only 4 out of the 6 maps.
Your top 4 scoring. So let's use let's check this out. Check out the leaderboard. Arb, notably, you can see this in the roster page. So at the bottom, for each week, there's going to be the summary, and then at the bottom it shows the scoring breakdown. But then for each player, you can look up how each player did on everything, and it'll show how many points everybody got. So for Arb, he got 6 points on Pracky, 6 points on Prafties, and 5 points on Prath3. Dropped the 5, he gets 12, which is the max that someone can get for practice week. 24 would obviously be the max that someone could get when there are 6 maps and then only 4 count. But let's take Fresh for example. Fresh only played 1 map. He got 3 points on it. He had 2 zeros. Drop one of the zeros. Doesn't matter which. It doesn't matter if you got, all 6s. One of those 6s is gonna get not counted for you. But it's still, still means that other people aren't gonna get the full bonuses if you got the 6. So Fresh only gets 3 points. So you don't have to pick and choose which levels you want to count if it's a tie. It doesn't matter. But if you think about how you were, how you can affect people by bopping them down. So, for instance, Arb got girl record on Prath3, which means that Epon as girl, it's hard to look at from this one, but ARB still pushes people down, even if
Yeah.
his score is dropped. Is there something you don't understand from this?
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm following.
His Storeroom, shockingly, is only like 6.5, which is still pretty high, but not the same range we're talking about.
But the scores are broken down here. The only difference is when I total up the scores, these are calculations of, you know, the script drops the score. So it doesn't matter which scores are dropped because they still stay in the same place.
Yeah.
And there's very, very minor benefit to, you know, playing the levels that you would normally decide to drop. So basically, ARB could have chosen to not play Prath 3 at all, and all that would have done, if ARB decided to not play Prath 3, then Twinkie would have got 1 more point, Matcha Sage would have got 1 more point, and Northgate would have got 1 more point. That's the difference. So ARB denied a few points in total across the board.
Value.
Just in terms of the, you know, grind. So it's a very, very minor kind of, you know, optimization score-wise. So, you know, it's not really as worth it for ARB to do that. But the thing is, it's risky to be on that borderline. You want to be somewhere comfortably in the middle of your tier, because, you know, for each scoring, we have 2 through 4. That's 3 points, and 5 through 7. That's 2 points. Everybody else is 1. Technically, there's no 11th place, even though there are 11 teams on real maps, because every team or every map is made by a team. Therefore, if you were on the team that made the map, that released it, you get totally ignored. So if ARB's team made Pracky, there wouldn't be an ARB here, and Mr. Simon would have got the full 4 points for girl. That's the only exception to the dropping. So that's totally ignored if ARB's team made Pracky in this example. So the only benefit of playing your own map would be if it's associated with a challenge. Which brings up the only challenge of this week was between these 3 players and Any%. Let's watch those times actually. And we'll start with Prath3 because that one's here. So for some reason these 3 decided to grind Any%, which you know, normally is not scored, but they had a challenge associated with it, and they had some fun.
Oh, that climb! Holy shit!
Yeah, these are some intense replays.
Kid up a single wall is actually not too bad
Yes.
climbing.
Kid is very good at climbing these kinds of maps when Kid actually gets to use jumps. And the wall climbing is pretty fast for Kid, even though, you know, it's pretty much the same as everybody anyway. It's better comparatively for Kid versus the jump.
Right, yeah. So you actually can spend less time in the wall runs too, so you have more jumps to use.
Camel with a small difference just at the start, and then using that ceiling, that's really cool.
It's like,
That's pretty wildly different.
And the ledge cancel at the end as well.
So they decided to play all of the levels, Any%, and then add up the times, not the rankings. And it was very close. They were only separated by the difference of 11 frames across 3 maps. From Fishy got 11 frames faster than Uckies, and Camel was only 2 frames slower than Fishy. and they were all within like 0.1 to 0.2 for each of the maps. This was the biggest spread. This was actually the level that won it all for Fishy in the end. He got this record today.
Oh, that's quite a lot of frames there.
Yeah, so Camel was in the lead by a few frames, and then Fishy sniped it. Camel with a 1-tile boost though.
That was nasty.
Yeah. And some big heavies that I'm sure Kid is great at. Whether that 1-tile boost was, you know, worth it, questionable. Fishy didn't do it. Seemed like he didn't slow down for anything.
That up heavy at the end. Ugh. That
Yeah,
looks disgusting.
I certainly wonder if the 1-tile is actually fast, but it definitely looks cool.
Pracky's any percent was a mystery too for a while. How could Kid possibly be so fast on this level? Camera almost can't keep up. But it's impressive how close some of the strats are as well. You know, not being able to see each other's runs, but still end up very close. But as a result, Fishy was able to clutch out the win. So Fishy's team cleanup crew ended up getting the most points for the week. Which the reward for that is choosing the next theme, the gameplay theme, and then Fishy's team also won the challenge thanks to Fishy. So they get to pick both the theme and the aesthetic, which we're gonna do next. So time for some exciting stuff. I want to get people from their team in a call. So time to reach out on Discord. Brief intermission. Not Jake is in here.
Hello, hello.
How does it feel?
Feels good. Nice work out there, team. Nice job, Fishy.
Well, if we look at your team, you guys had a pretty good spread, and you were actually the #1 point earner on your team as Man. You got 9 points. Fishy and Epon got 8 points each, and HGT with 7. So, you know, very evenly spread out. Optimized according to the leaderboard. You know, Fishy needed to be on Kid and competed on that. But you really capitalized off that relatively inactive Man leaderboard, and so did HGT
Yeah,
on Girl.
I hope they all take it easy next week too.
Yep.
But yeah, I guess Epon and HGT can't join. Haven't heard from Fishy.
Yeah,
if he
Fishy's
wants
not
to
usually
come.
one for voice calls. But
Yeah,
if he joins, that's
so-
fine. They can, if they're around in chat, in order to help out. I'll just say it in here. If you can pay attention
Yeah.
in chat to help out, that'll be good.
Last
But I am gonna
week,
need
I don't-
you, not Jake, to be the one to do the visual on stream, actually. And
Oh
I
my
actually
God,
have
I
a
have-
question for you. How
Okay.
how much of a nerd would you say you are?
Pretty large.
Yeah.
Can I say like B+?
Are you? How good are you at math?
Nah, not very good at math. Actually.
Okay. Do you remember anything about like graphs? Like if you had to graph a line, for
Probably.
example. gonna show some stuff on stream and then send it to you.
I didn't get to pick anything last season. We never won best map. We never got to pick any of the challenges or thieves or anything.
So,
This
let's
is
see what we got.
complex.
Okay, so I'm gonna send you a file, and what I want you to do is, or I'm gonna send you a link. What I want you to do is open that up and then screen share that when I say so. So you're gonna screen share on Discord this, and you're gonna edit it, but just follow along on stream.
Okay. Working
So
on it.
here we have a graphing calculator, and this is by far gonna be the nerdiest theme, by the way.
Desmos hype.
So we got Desmos. What we're gonna do is draw a line, or we're gonna make a graph. And I'm not saying that the level has to be exactly this shape, but it does have to have some resemblance. The level of the week has to resemble what kind of graph that we end up using. Now, you are allowed to use multiple lines if you like, and I gave a lot of example ones that I'm showing on stream now. So we got y equals x, the classic, y equals x squared. I don't actually have a 1 over x example, but it's very easy for me to edit this and make a 1 over x. Y equals ln x. Y squared equals 4x squared, and these are going to get a little more crazy. So this is a big X shape.
Yeah, some of the middle ones are good.
1 equals x squared plus y squared. You can make a circle. You
Wheels
can make
and cheese.
some. You can make some really weird stuff.
Okay.
Y equals sine x. Y equals tan x. You could combine both of these. This could be really crazy, or this could be pretty mild. And what we're gonna do is basically, when you decide on one of these to use, which, you know, we'll you're able to screen share, and I'll do that when
Yeah.
you're ready.
I have time to mess with it before I have to show the people. I don't have to. immediately
We're gonna
screen
see you mess with it.
share. Oh lord.
Yeah, we got some polar ones coming up.
Oh, I kind of like.
So, you know, if you have the math knowledge, if anyone on your team has the math knowledge, like, you know, HGT Young Genius,
Yeah, I'm sure he's in some
sure
math class.
he might have seen any of these in math class before. You know, it can be really silly, like y equals log x to the 5 minus tan x.
I would.
Or we
love
could get
to
some
see
polar
a
coordinates
map
in
like
there for
that.
a spiral. R equals theta.
I was looking at that
R
one.
equals 1 minus
I was
sine
looking at
theta
that one.
for the
Let's
heart.
get some fractals in here.
Then we got some really crazy ones. R equals theta minus tan theta. You know, very practical kind of graph. Very practical. Alright, so whenever you screen share, I'll put you messing around with this on screen.
Okay. one
But
sec.
the theme is gonna be, let's see how I worded it. You know, you can use the line graph in a way such as level shape or direction, for example. It just has to be used in some way. If it's a really boring one, people won't make fun of you, your intelligence, you know, maybe.
That's good to hear.
But they might, and that's okay. Alright, we
Okay.
got a stream on Discord. Let me pop this out and show you
Shit,
guys.
do I have Discord in a spot where I can see what my team's saying? Okay, I do. So,
Let me tell you when I got it up.
okay.
There we are. We got it.
I don't know if I have the brain cells to craft anything other than what you selected here. I really like the.
All you gotta
R
do is
equals
just
theta
type it
one.
in.
Yeah, there were some suggestions from chat. Should we try and mess around with stuff? Y equals Y plus 1.
Yeah, that's gonna work.
Does that work?
You could do y equals x plus 1. But you can't quite do y equals y plus 1.
Y equals mx plus b.
And yeah, then you gotta click
Oh.
that circle. Oh wow, that's
Wow,
the
look at
same.
that. So
You
we
can
have
use both of those
these
lines.
graphs. Does that mean they have to like incorporate both of them, or do they get to pick from the two?
Both, I would say.
Has anyone on my team said anything? Okay, I'll say what I'm saying. I kind of like this one. Ly equals, what is this? The natural log of
LNX.
x.
Yeah.
Yeah, LNX. I kind of like this one. Kind of like this one. R equals 3. I legitimately like this one. If it was
spiral.
like 6 spirals, it would be ridiculous. But
Yeah,
maybe
a
1 or
spiral
2 is-
theme could be interesting.
I guess I mean, you showed all of them on stream, basically.
You could put all of those, you could enable all of them right now.
This one's kind of simple, but this one actually is probably pretty practical for a map where like
It is.
you go down and there's some climbing section to get back up.
Yeah.
Probably pretty fun.
Yeah, that could be a ceiling or it could be like a little valley you fall into. You know, almost
What
kind of like
about-
a V ceiling.
I trust Arb's math. Oh god, I gotta type.
We got some suggestions in chat that you're gonna have to
Yeah.
try out at your leisure. Your typing skill
Zeiss.
leisure.
Looks a bit simple for me to type. Does this work? Oh,
Ooh.
this is strong, Zeiss.
Yeah. So yeah, this is gonna be the nerdiest theme prompt by far,
Hmm.
potentially. They're not gonna be as they're not gonna be like this, but I thought this would be a
Which
funny one to
X
do.
Camel? Oh my god, Camel's a genius.
Oh my god.
Can we do it for both of them? Ooh.
Why don't you add a tangent in there?
Whoa, a tangent. Do like
Yeah, just make it super elaborate. Yeah, I need the parentheses. Ooh.
thoughts? You guys like this? So how are the map makers feeling about this one? Can I get some?
Is this
get
the
some
is
thoughts?
this the theme of the week?
I haven't seen anyone in my team tell me this is a bad idea. Oh wait, Epon has a suggestion. Let's go.
Oh my god, he's got a big one.
This is gonna be complex. This is actually workable. I agree. Let's get rid of one that's crap. Okay, this one's funny, but I don't think I'm picking this one. Does this
You can
work?
click the X if you wanna. Oh, okay, yeah. What is this?
What's the problem here? This equation contains. It's not been fully solved. Epon has unsolved math equations for the team.
R equals ln theta. I don't know what some of these look like.
If I just type theta in chat, like in the thing, would that work? Sorry. If this is
Yeah, type out
slow.
theta spelled out. That's the
I'm just
easy way to do it.
copying what Does this work?
I need to fix the parentheses
This
and
one.
parentheses.
Oh yeah. Yep. Makes sense. Are we good?
Enter. You might have to type theta again so that it fixes it. Yeah.
Whoa.
What is this? So that's a bit of a spiral, and then not
I
a
kind of
spiral.
like it. I'm a bit of a fan. I like climbing maps, you know.
Maybe you gotta
potential
zoom
there.
in a little.
Oh, is it too zoomed down?
I don't know.
It looks nice.
Yeah, it's backup shift, but you fall out.
Like a JoJo. I think you meant yo-yo. Any more equations, suggestions from chat? I'm taking any final checks. I don't want to, be here all ding dong day.
Oh, those two perfectly combined.
Yeah, this is a bit intense. Kind of like.
You probably want to
what was-
limit the really intense ones.
Yeah. There was one earlier that I think it was this one before we made it crazy that I kind of liked.
Yeah, take out the tangent.
That equation looks intense. Cool. And was it this that I liked? Yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
like this. Thoughts?
So we're gonna take a screenshot
Oh, wait,
of
50
any
is a
subsection
suggestion
you
too.
want, basically.
Oh, okay,
And you
so
can
it's not the full
combine a few of them.
Let me see what Fishy had for me here.
So basically, you're putting a bunch of weird lines in there, and then
Is this gonna
Yeah.
work, Fishy? This is pretty intense as well. Oh my god. How does he do it?
fishy math genius.
Wait,
Probably just
this is
looked up something
insane.
online. This is already a map.
Yeah, we got the art all done.
A little laggy.
Yeah, it's graphically intensive. Too many props.
This would work though.
It could. I don't know what section to focus on though.
If you guys want to
Is
do
this
any
a
of this
regular?
yourself, try it out. You can go to Desmos
I'm gonna try this.
or just search graphing calculator.
What do we got here?
Okay,
Oh, this is cool. Another
that is also
backup
pretty
shift
cool.
theme
That's
one.
basically backup shift, but you know, the other way.
Backwards.
Are you guys ready for the backup shift week?
This is too boring.
I propose we rename that curve the backup shift curve.
Maybe this is too boring.
Compared to some of the other ones, yeah. I wasn't expecting anything super crazy, but I'm pleasantly surprised at a lot of the suggestions.
We traded. No, that's not great. Which one was just the fucking circle? Did I delete the circle? Oh lord.
When you decide that you're done, I'm gonna ask that you basically crop the image by showing exactly that on screen. So you're gonna zoom out to whatever you think will be the picture, and then I'll just screenshot that.
Okay.
Got it?
Noted.
But we'll give you a few more minutes or so. Not to put too much pressure on, but I'm not gonna give you forever.
Yeah, R equals 1. I might have deleted that one. I could remake it, I guess. Let me check out. Okay, final one. Final one we're checking out. What is this? Oh, yeah, that's pretty crazy. Oh, this is a real assault on the left side of the map. It's like rock climbing.
All right. Yeah, this is something that you can zoom way into and then take a screenshot of.
Yeah, we
And
just
just be like,
find
well,
a
that's a
map in here.
This is just a maze. I think this
Yeah.
is just better off disabling, thanks to bitrate. No offense.
Let me cut some stuff. All right. My team isn't making a map next week, so.
Yep, that is true.
How evil do we want
Use
to be?
wisely.
Yeah, zooming did not soon help. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this.
This?
Yeah.
Okay,
finally.
is there actually a way to hide the lines? can you
ones
like
that,
go to options and then hide the grid? Is that an option on this? I was just thinking. Maybe top right. There's a menu.
This one.
Grid. All right,
Yeah,
perfect.
found it.
We'll just cut it there. All right, I have an image. Paint. Save. Week 2 theme.
Boom.
Yes. We can remove
Oh,
the
yeah.
axes, yeah. Do you guys want the axes or not? Might as well not have them. Okay, yeah, remove that again and I'll take another image. Oh, what happened?
Oh shit.
Setting up
that's my shit.
speech recognition. Nope. That's the wrong button. Where'd you go?
You guys gotta step up the challenges for next week so we get some more competent theme pickers.
Okay. Now I have a new week 2 theme. Bam, there it is. I will post this after we choose the aesthetic now, which Epon knows what we're about to do, what we're about to choose from. So thanks to Epon who made all of our lovely sample themes. I
Let's
have
go Epon.
3 files. Let me check something first to make sure that they're in there correctly before I spoil anything accidentally. Okay. So now there's the aesthetic. I'll just show them on screen and you guys can pick. One has a thumbnail. So there are 3 samples that are made. You can choose the one that everybody has to use this week. This is one of them. So some of these have some custom particle effects. Some are simpler than others. This one's got like a nice little texture to the platforms. That's pretty cool how that works. So that's on layer 15. So it's just, you know, kind of normal virtual tiles. But you can see the texture of, you know, the rock underneath that. Obviously, you don't have to have, you know, squares everywhere. That's just the example that was used. But we have custom particles as well. If you just want to use the default particles, you know, those are over here too. You know, apply that and it's back to normal default particles. Or apply this one and it's custom particles. So you can choose to use that kind of stuff if you want. There's a starry background. And there's some stars back here too. Obviously, feel free to add other kind of stuff, but it's a little bit more space themed, perhaps. That's that one. I'll show it again later. This is the preview. Then we got a forest one. So this one, pretty. This is the only one that has a vanilla fog trigger. Not like taken from any of the levels, but it's not a dust mod fog trigger. So. The very descriptive 2 to 17 backgrounds. This is made like stock levels, you know, custom made, kind of like an early morning, slightly foggy forest appeal. You know, pretty simple, but it's forest and it's got like a bit of a bluish fog going on. So this is the most simple one. Looks very very straightforward. So if you're not feeling too good about all the virtual stuff or something else, you can go to the basics with forest stuff. Then we have sample 3, which also has a custom particle effect, kind of electric, sparky. Also a bit bluish in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
I like this one a lot too. So
I actually like all 3 of them a lot. I don't know.
yeah,
if
they're all
anyone on the
likable.
team wants to- Give
I
me
will note
input.
that
E-Pawn.
if you do not use one of these, it may or may not be gone forever. I haven't decided yet.
Oh wow.
So, may or may not. So we got, again, we got one, which was a little bit more spacey and it had a little texture on the blocks. You know, it had a custom particle effect, the light blue like this, but a dark background. Then we had Forest with a vanilla non-dust mod fog trigger. You can obviously you can do what you want with the fog triggers in these. This one's just like the most normal in quotes. So you could choose to make dust not orange. But that one's really straightforward to use. And then you've got something else. Something more virtual. We got a few background layers. There's a cool little, not a pattern, but I mean, you could have a pattern if you wanted. So, some props in the background, pretty far back there. We got a dark blue background layer here. We have a foreground layer.
Okay, I think my team's in pretty good agreement
Oops,
on what we
that's
want.
a different fog. People like 3. This one.
Yeah, I think we're thinking 3.
Even Epon says 3 is best, and Epon made these. I like 3 a lot too. I like 1 and 3 the most. They were very they're hard for me to compare.
Yeah, they're all
They're
good.
so
I like
cool.
all 3 of them.
So I will put these files. I will put the images for the themes in this. This one, you know, give me probably like at least a few minutes, and I will do the announcement for real in the announcements channel with the theme information. Congrats to winners and stuff. So some reminders before we conclude some of the cool activities. Maps for week 1, those are all submitted to me. We're going over the final drafts and testing and all that stuff. There's really not any special testing to do. You know, no dwarfs to worry about, pretty much. Making sure everybody is careful about lag. Those maps are all going to be released on Tuesday. That'll be at 20 UTC, like every other week. Those will be released on Tuesday. So you have 2 days before then to work on these maps. You know, before you have to worry about playing. Actual map draft due on Wednesday. Think more about, you know, planning out your routes on the maps before you grind super hard. Don't go too hard early in the week because that's when you're going to be finishing up your map stuff. Be smart and all that.
Yeah.
General advice.
Will there be a Nexus?
Yes. Maps will be released with a Nexus.
Cool.
It will not be a
because
fancy
I
Nexus.
felt like it was more like, yeah, just
No.
having everything like in
Only
one place
practice
is
week
nice.
is separate.
All right, cool.
Yep, route early in the week so you can forget it later. So very, very important other thing. Did not have any effect last week in a significant way, but I do want everybody to be aware of. Week 1, now bonuses and challenges count. So you can now challenge people for up to 20 points. Every team is allowed 1 challenge. You know, they can issue a challenge. It may so happen that multiple teams challenge one team. Well, you know, you can accept them all if you do that. So every team is allowed a challenge. Also, every team gets a bonus. I'm gonna specify this a little bit more, like how it works as like a reminder in the announcement. But I do wanna describe that. So, challenges really aren't gonna matter until you see the maps. Bonuses, there's only one that will allow you to see maps early, actually. So if you go to the DLC 2 info, every team is allowed to pick one of the bonuses. So let me there, an image, not that it mattered. Alright, it's pixelated. There are 6 bonuses that you can choose from. Enjoy. Enjoy reading this wonderful image. Just so I can zoom in on it. All teams get a bonus. I'm going to describe this again in the announcement, but all of the information is in the info channel. You are allowed to use a bonus and tag me in the challenges channel when you do this. So also this week only, I'm allowing all teams to get 1 veto. So normally this will not work this way, but we're going in hard on bonuses. Actually, I could just take out the veto if we wanted this week, because that might add a little too much complication. But I feel like I don't know, is there anyone that doesn't understand that bonus system? So your team could choose to have, you know, Fishy has to play Worth this week. You know, Cleanup Crew, they also
Please don't make
they also got to choose something as part of their challenge. So they get basically what's another bonus in addition to this stuff. But your team could see maps a day early, so you could see the map files tomorrow before they're released. Obviously don't leak them, I'll be very strict about that. But you get sneak peeks of the maps if you want. You only get to choose one of these. If you want to be immune to team bonuses though, you have to pick that earlier. And if you want to see the maps a day early, you obviously got to use that before the deadline too. It's kind of a waste. So this is where you know, this is where the things get crazy. So the deadline for this is Thursday. That means you'll have 2 days after seeing the maps to make up your mind. You can tie them into challenges in some way or another. The deadline for characters is on Friday, which is after all bonuses and challenges are settled. That means that you know, if like you can't choose a character before someone chooses your character for you, basically. So you, like, although it's unlikely, you might really want to play Kid. If you really, you know, if you don't want to be affected by that kind of stuff, choose the immunity for all kinds of other bonuses. You can choose to be immune. The immunity doesn't prevent your maps from being shared though, because, well, that's unrelated. And you can't like force people onto multiple characters or anything that would, you know, break something mechanically. What questions do you guys have? Third one's OP? Definitely no. Obviously, a player will always have 4 that count. So that means once someone's targeted by something, they're not targeted by anything else. There is also, as I described, an immunity after you've been targeted by a character thing. So, like, if you wanted to force Camel to play as Worth, you could do that. But never again will Camel be forced to play Worth during the league. You know, that's to prevent people from ganging up on someone like JBC who doesn't want to play Kid. But for this week only, I'm allowing vetoes for all teams, just so that they can understand how vetoes work. You know, I could have made it no vetoes and just allowed super chaos. But basically, how vetoes work is if someone targets you with something, you can just say no, and no one else is allowed to do that exact thing to you either once you veto it. But you can only do that once. You only got one veto. They can still like, let's say you veto the challenge or the bonus of Camel has to play Worth. All right, Camel doesn't have to play Worth this week. That doesn't mean that the bonus is used up. It means that no teams can use their bonus to make Camel play Worth. Okay, you could still make Camel play Kid. You could still make someone else play Worth on their team. So be careful about your bonuses.
But these these bonuses are before the actual week starts, right?
I recommend do not use your bonuses until
I was just thinking
you
because
see
like
the maps.
it was one day early. Yeah, or you can see the maps.
If you are going to use one of these bottom two, just use them early. It doesn't really matter when. Obviously, if you try to redeem this late, it's not gonna do anything. So, this is a limited time offer.
Can you do the immune to other team bonuses one late, or is there like an order of operations?
Within reason. You can't be like, you can't decide to do it like last minute, because that kind of ruins everybody else's bonuses. So I would prefer if people, you know, within reason. I'm not gonna just attach like a hard deadline of something on that one. Like I could, but do I really need to specify everything for each one of these bonuses? Because then it's just gonna be more stuff. I wouldn't mind if a team chose to use their bonus on themselves. Like they can force one of their players to play a character, because honestly that's kind of a waste of a bonus usage. I don't mind if people do that. So yeah, use the challenges and bonuses channel in order to do these. I expect that most bonuses are going to be used up on, you know, in the Tuesday, Wednesday, early Thursday time period, because they all have to be used by Thursday. I'm just, you know, previewing it right now, and I will describe it again in announcements. And the info is already in info. Yeah, if you forced one of your own players to play Duskgirl, that is less effective than immunity. It is just less effective. But when someone's locked in from one of the bonuses to something, you can't like unlock them. I do recommend that people keep discussion in the challenges and bonuses channel on topic. So I'm probably going to be tagged a lot when people confirm them. I'm going to have to pay close attention to that channel. But don't just like spam in the channel, because I want that channel to be on topic. If you want to joke about stuff, keep it in Trash Talk or General. Any other questions about bonuses or challenges? For this week, challenges are still like, you know, they're still optional, but challenges are going to change in point value later in the league. This week you can wager up to 20 points. Turns out you can earn like 20 points is a huge chunk of what you can expect to earn each week. So vetoes every other week. Every other week, vetoes are going to be awarded to the teams that earn the most points in each character. So how it would work this week, if it were to work normally, would be I would look at each character. So Arb got 12 points as girl. Arb won as girl. So Arb's team gets a veto. Camel got the most points as kid. Camel's team wins, or yeah, Camel's team gets a veto. There's actually a tie for man. I don't really know how I'll handle ties. They're probably going to be kind of common, but then we got another tie as worth. Because if you get a veto, you're not going to get a normal bonus. Bonuses are basically the comeback mechanic. Vetoes are what prevent them from being super OP. So you'll not get too many. I'll come up with some kind of tiebreaker for each of these. It is possible to get 2 vetoes, probably. I don't remember if I specified that one way or the other in the info, but if I didn't, I imply that you can get 2 vetoes if you won 2 characters. But there would be the tiebreaker would probably be like, you know, the points that weren't dropped. So that one would go to MSG. Vetoes only matter for the week that you get them. They go away if you don't use them. You will not save them. Bonuses also, if unused, do not get saved for later. But this is where the league gets hectic. This is where it gets silly. There's going to be a lot of inter-team kind of stuff, like bonuses and challenges. That's going to make it more chaotic. As a result, you know, don't expect to have the most kind of competitive experience in terms of, like, you know, if you're the best player, you're not necessarily going to get the best score. If you're the worst player, you're not necessarily going to get the worst score. It is a lot to take in, but I'm able to answer questions. I'm probably going to get a lot of them, a lot of the same ones. That's fine. Just ask me if you don't understand. I'm here to answer your questions. But this is not supposed to, you know, you can the league is only as competitive as you want to make it be, but there are ways that you can make it fun for yourself and others. This can be done through the challenges and the bonuses. Thanks to the all-star teams and you know, hiding the replays, we still have an interesting amount of competition on all the maps, and you know, just don't take it super duper seriously. This is not the kind of league format where you know, it's about individual gameplay. This is about working with your team and coming up with strats together, you know, strategizing a little bit, coming up with fun little challenges that you can challenge other teams to. The teams that earn the most points through challenges are going to be the ones that win. You know, a huge amount of the points are going to come from normal, but you could do really well on points, but someone else could do well on points and then do really well on challenges, and it's going to be pretty even between those two. So if you want to go for the points, go ahead. If you just want to do fun challenges that are silly, at least try to get more people involved. I can be very flexible about some of the rules. It's going to be hard to code some of this stuff. So some things are not going to be automated, but I'll try to keep up. I'll try to support everybody the best way I can. I am going to get some announcements ready. There's a chance that the normal week in review is going to happen relatively soon. So I'm probably going to do the announcement and then take a break, and then I guess stream again. Or at least have a BRB screen up for a while. yeah, if you guys want to do stuff like no jump, go ahead. All right. Otherwise, just look forward to maps on Tuesday. And then, once you see the maps, come up with some cool challenges before Thursday. I will not be measuring slowest SS. That will not be easily accessible. Similarly, I will not be doing fastest DD. So, you know, be creative to an extent. Don't make it totally different than the league. You do have to use the league maps for the week. Something easily measurable. Alright, let me check some stuff on Discord and then let's see what we got. What can I show? There's a fog trigger. I do not suggest using plugins. I'll simplify it at that. You know, it's possible, but I'd recommend against it. Co-op will also not be allowed, unfortunately. That's more of a technical limitation. I wish I could allow for co-op. Yeah, that one has to do because of the script. But I'll see if I can adjust the script any. I'm just not gonna make the highest effort on that when I have other things to focus on too. But it worked pretty well this time. We got some trash talk. I'm gonna be right back and then I'll post an announcements. I have a bunch of stuff together.